Hey guys, back here with my all-time Giants lineup for Ricky Russo. He wanted us to pick an offense only. Giants have been mostly known for their defense throughout their history, but they have had some decent offensive players too, so here's what I went with. At quarterback, had to go with Eli, two-time Super Bowl winner. So was Phil Simms, but Simms didn't actually play in one of those Super Bowls. He was injured, so Jeff Hostetler was the quarterback for that one. And overall, Eli, even with all of his flaws, he's been pretty consistent. He's been clutch for the most part. A few years ago, he was putting together a lot of game-winning drives. And he's just been my favorite Giants quarterback, so I went with him. Now we had to pick two running backs. First one I picked was Tiki Barber. Did not win a Super Bowl with the Giants. Played in one, but they lost to the Ravens. But he's their all-time leading rusher. Was really underrated. For the most part, he played on some mediocre Giants teams, but was always putting up nice numbers. Made a few Pro Bowls. And was not just a good runner, was also a good pass-catching running back. Very versatile. So he's my number one back. And since I went with speed on the first one, I went with the truck as my number two running back, Brandon Jacobs. This guy was a lot of fun to watch. Big, strong running back, tough to bring down, and had pretty good speed for a guy his size. He and Tiki would have been a nice combo, even though Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw were also a very nice combo. They helped them win 2 Super Bowls. But overall, I think Tiki was a bit better than Bradshaw. Now for the wide receivers. First one I went with was Amani Toomer. He was another very underrated Giant. Was originally here during some bad seasons, but as the team improved, he became part of the reason why they improved. He continued to get better himself. Quietly became the Giants' all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. You wouldn't really think that about him because he was never like a big star, never talked about much, but had a really nice career, won a Super Bowl, and played his entire career as a Giant, which is always a nice little added bonus as to why I like him. Now for the second wide receiver, I had a few options I thought about going with. Decided to pick a current guy, Odell Beckham. And this pick is based mostly on potential because obviously, or hopefully, he has a long way to go still. A lot of numbers to put up. And still has a lot of maturing to do as well. But I hope, if anything, that his current injury makes him realize that he can't take things for granted. Hopefully, he gets more focused than ever for next year. But he's a really dynamic player. Whenever he's on the field, you just have to watch. And again, if he can stay healthy and stay focused, he's going to shatter a lot of the Giants' offensive records. So I went with him. Now, tight end. This is one guy that I didn't personally see play, but if you're a true Giants fan and you know your stuff, you know that this guy is regarded as the best tight end in Giants history, Mark Bavaro. Not only the great numbers and the 2 Super Bowl wins, but was also known as one of the toughest players in Giants history. And like I said, even though I didn't watch him play, you can't help but know about this guy if you're a Giants fan, so he had to be the tight end. And last is the wild card position, where we could pick another player from either of the previous positions. And I went with another tight end, Jeremy Shockey. Giants like to run a 2 tight end set anyway. And Shockey was a wild card as a player and with his personality, so it seemed fitting to put him in this spot. And he was a tight end that kind of played like a wide receiver, explosive player. I feel like he didn't reach his full potential here, but just the thought of having Bavaro on one side and Shockey on the other, that would have been awesome. That's part of the fun of putting these fantasy teams together, just thinking of what it would have been like to see certain players line up together. But yeah, that's my team, and I will once again exclude myself from the dice roll. I've already won plenty of cards from Ricky. Just wanted to do this for the fun of it. So good luck to everyone. and I'll see you all soon.